It's the Cy and Danny Show.
Oh, oh,
Cy and Danny Show.
Oh.
Uh,
Hey, welcome back to the Cy and Danny Show. We're really excited to have you here today. I'm Danny.
and I'm Cy.
And we are going to use today to have some fun. We've got a little game planned out. Our plan is to ask each other some questions that we're thinking shouldn't be too difficult because it's questions about each other and our relationships. So,
Well, that's part of it, and then part of it is us asking each other questions of each other.
okay, get us started because I forgot about that part.
No, you were about to get us started with the first question, right?
The first question is, Cy, where was our first date?
Now, why you start with that question knowing we don't know the answer to that question?
It's titled number 1 on the question list. What's your answer to that question?
I don't have an answer.
To where our first date was?
Yeah.
When do you think we went on our first date?
I don't know. I guess the day after our first kiss. Would that be our first date?
Oh.
See, you don't know either.
Yeah, I actually was thinking before that.
Right, but that wasn't, we weren't dating.
Okay. So, see, this is going to be really hard because we seem to not have a clear...
Yeah.
So, my thought of our first date was, I was recalling that time that we went to Olive Garden.
Right, but you were married.
I was, in fact, married. However, the way it happened, it was a date. I mean, but okay, let's not count that as a date because I was not available. So do dates only count when I was available? So our pseudo date to that,
That was us hanging out as friends.
but you called it a pseudo date.
I did.
Oh man, this is gonna be hard, y'all. Okay, so then our first date after kiss was the haunted
Oh.
maze.
Mm-hmm. The haunted cornfield in Iowa.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And we were just scared the whole time. And I'm sure there was a lot of
Touching.
fear.
A lot of touching, like, help, hide me. But also, that was like our first time being out to people, right? That people saw us being affectionate with each other, and we're kind of like, what's up here, friends? Why y'all touching each other so much?
Okay. Next, let's go to the next
That
question.
don't seem fair.
What?
Okay, go ahead.
Well, because I thought this was going to be like a quicker.
Yeah, let's do it. I was ready. I thought you would be ready for question number 1.
Oh, I wasn't. Because I think I thought I was asking the first question. Okay. So, what is my favorite food?
I think your favorite food used to be pizza. And so I could always say with confidence, like Giordano's pizza with extra cheese. That was the answer. Your favorite food currently. Do you have an answer in your head? We can't play this game because we don't even know. What's your favorite food?
I think I would still say pizza. Or Idoff. You know, I
Idoff.
love Idoff.
You do love.
I dream of falafel. So, Idoff. I'm just trying to think of like what are the foods that we get
Right.
more regularly.
Right. But that don't seem like the same thing as what's your favorite food.
I don't. Okay. This game is much harder.
Gosh. What? How many tattoos do I have?
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
You know what's funny is I would have had to count 2. So we should have found the answers first.
I don't
to
think
make
so.
sure
I
that's
think
right.
now we're
1,
doing it.
2, 3. I have 4.
Your other wrist, baby. We got the same tattoo.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be challenging. Okay. Come on, get it together. Let's do better.
Okay. So, how do you know when I'm mad at you?
Oh, you stop talking. you go silent.
I do. How do I know? You tell me.
Very clearly.
I'm mad at you. I am ain't fucking with you today. You
I don't say that.
I know.
What is our song?
Oh, we talked about this. We got a few of them, right? So there's the song that we first kind of danced to, which is either To the Window, To the Wall, or what was the other one?
Wait till you see, Mom.
So that's one of them. And then the songs that we danced to at our reception. So Music Soul Child's Today, get into it, and Chris Brown Forever.
Dance forever. Yeah, that would count. So we don't just have one song, we have a whole playlist of songs.
So that was an hour question. Okay.
We'll do better next time, I promise. What is it?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out which direction we going, because it was like a individual, then that was a we, and so I'm like, dude, we going back to individual. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Yeah, no. Because if you watch our wedding song, you'll see my wife just like
goes rogue.
She decides what she wants to do. So that question she just gave was like number 15 on the list. What is one of my favorite movies of all time?
The Players Club.
It is.
Love and Basketball. What's one of my favorite movies of all time?
The Other Woman.
I do love The Other Woman. If y'all haven't seen that, it is so funny.
Something Borrowed.
I do. Can you name? Try like let's. Do I like black films?
Oh yeah, that Kingdom Come.
Yes. Now that is kind of like really at the top of my list. Kingdom Come is so funny. It's so silly, but it's so funny. I like stuff that makes me laugh. I can't really handle too much like drama or thrillers or suspense, psychological. I don't like all that. I'd rather just laugh and watch something.
Those are my favorite. I love a good drama or a thriller.
I know. And that's moments when I'm like, I'm not going to watch this. Okay. So I want to describe you in 3 words.
Okay. Rogue.
The 3 words that I would use to describe you. One is intelligent. Another is hot. And the third is kind.
I think I would say beautiful. And giving, generous. Generous would be the word. And insightful.
Cool. That was fun.
If I wasn't a professor, what profession would I be in?
If you weren't, maybe you'd be a stand-up comedian. Yeah. Well, if you had more like musical skills, I think you'd be like a musician of sorts. You love music.
I only love music
No, you've always wanted to play an instrument.
Yes. But I feel like early on, I didn't really connect to music like I do now. Like the words and listening to like little notes or whatever.
Yeah.
But you're right. I don't have no talent.
No.
I didn't cultivate musical talent.
Yeah. Because I think you have a natural gift. Like, there'll be times we'll hear a song, and he can kind of start to pick up now on, like, who's the artist. Because before, well, actually, during this Brandy Monica verses, he's like, whose song is that? Is that Brandy or Monica's? Yeah, he don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know who was who.
If I had a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, that's a question you gonna ask me for you.
Yep. Is that not? I'm just okay. Yeah. Answer. How would I? And then I'll answer for you.
If you had a superpower, like if you got to choose
If
your
I got to choose
superpower,
of all the powers in all the world, what would I pick? And then I'm going to guess at what would you pick?
okay.
You would pick to be able to go invisible sometimes.
I think you would want to teleport so you could just like go wherever you wanted to go.
It's so new that I want to do that because before my answer would have been to read minds.
Oh,
Like as
you
a
do
therapist,
read minds though.
I know, but I be guessing. It would be, I don't guess, but anyway, what would be really cool is before I used to think like, gosh, if I could just like see thought bubbles and read them, that would make my job a lot easier. But actually now for more personal reasons, I would love to be able to teleport. You know that.
Let's see. What household chore do you think is the worst?
Ugh, the bathroom is the worst. Having to clean the bathroom and we have 2 of them. Ugh.
Yeah, bathrooms do suck. I had another one, but dusting. Especially we got a lot of house,
A lot of
a
wood.
lot of floor. Yeah, 1,500 square feet. That's a lot of corners.
Yeah. Yeah.
So dusting.
Yeah. Dusting is not fun, especially the way you want to do it, where you want to take
I want
the
to
books
move everything
off the shelf. And I say, you only got to dust the part where the books are not, where the dust is visible.
But then it's still dusty.
Hey, that's probably why we sneezing. We could do a couple more, but I just want to be mindful of time. Who's more spontaneous, you or I?
I think it depends. I think when it comes to travel, you are definitely more spontaneous. Like you are like, let's just go or let's book it, right? But I don't know when I'm spontaneous around.
Yeah.
That part. Let's see. If you were writing a book, what would the title be?
Oh, okay. Maybe I title it, Why Did I Stay So Long? Because I feel like a lot of the themes in my book would be about ways that I've stayed in relationships longer than maybe I needed to, or in circumstances that maybe weren't the healthiest for me, and I've stayed in certain things way longer than I needed to, but learned some amazing lessons. And so it would be, why did I stay so long? Lessons I learned before I could leave.
Oh, that's dope. We got it on camera, so yeah. And I already have a title of a book, Dancing Under the Moon, which is about transness, my transness, other people's transness. I'm so excited for this book.
Me too.
But I don't want to get too much away right now. But Dancing Under the Moon, look for it in 2022.
Sure, or whenever it's ready. Because I don't want him to feel rushed to write this masterpiece, because it's going to be so good, y'all.
True that.
And also, writing is something that we both really enjoy doing. I do have an article coming out around queerness, transness among African Americans, and it's going to be in a handbook of counseling African American women, and so I'm really excited for it to drop like an album.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I wonder how many we did. We should have kept count.
We didn't. We'll just say this is going to be the last.
Oh.
We'll get one more.
Okay.
So make it good, okay?
Okay.
So I should make it good too, huh? What's 3 things that you can't live without?
3 things that I can't live without. Air.
Oh, you're so literal. Yes.
Water. I was going to say you, but I don't want it to feel like
that's not true.
I would die
you
without
would thrive.
you.
You would be fine.
You'd be fine. But I'm trying to think, what are some things that I really do need?
Yeah.
There really isn't a whole lot of things. I'm trying to get away from things.
Yeah. It's funny even though I read it as things, I wasn't thinking material things.
Okay, what you thinking?
So I need my prayer and meditation. Like, I can't live without that kind of grounding and centering. I need somebody to touch me and to touch people. Like, I am a touch person. And so I worry that if I wasn't married, I'd still get a lot of touch. I need a lot of touch. I don't think I could thrive without that. And I mean, I need a lot of validation. Like, I need, I don't know. I like affirmation, validation. I like to be seen. And so this is a wonderful opportunity for me to feel seen, even if nobody's even watching.
Yeah, and I think I am more literal because I'm like, and not just literal, but like these are like sleep. Like, I am cranky.
It's real.
When I'm sleepy or if I haven't had enough sleep. Like, I definitely, I mean, couldn't
You're a
live.
human.
I
Yeah.
am a human.
I mean,
so I need the human things. Those are the things that I can't live without. And I think outside of that,
yeah.
you know, I'm sure there are things.
Right. You're just trying to add me to the list to flirt with me.
Okay. So this the last one.
Yes.
What is your guilty pleasure?
Oh, okay. Guilty pleasure. So I'm not much of a TV watcher, but my guilty pleasure is celebrity gossip. I live for people.com, TMZ. We got to go to LA and ride the TMZ bus. Like, I stay on Bossip, and back in the day it was like media takeout. Like, I want to know like what the celebrities doing, or at least what folks say they doing, because I don't know how true it is, but I like that.
Yeah.
What about you? Ooh, do I get to ask?
You can.
What's your guilty pleasure?
I mean, I do love TV. I don't know why it's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
I think what's my new guilty pleasure though is watching TikToks on YouTube. So I don't have a TikTok, but on YouTube they put compilations. I love a good compilation. So as these compilations around like calling your partner a different name or telling your mom to shut up. Like, I've been kind of, laughing at those things because they're not things that I would do. I'm not going to do no TikTok challenge, but it's kind of funny to see how other people are responding, and like the fact that people are like doing these not weird, but like,
I mean,
in some cases weird
like
challenges
the one we
and
watched
things
yesterday,
that you can get hurt.
The one on Instagram was like or YouTube, pretend you're like cheating behind a closed door. And,
Yeah.
Nope, no, none of that. No pranks. So
yeah, so we wanted to just do some questions to, I don't know, get to know us. We getting to know even more about each other too. And so, we encourage you to ask your partner or partners, of course, if you have multiple consensual partners, ask your friends, your family, like, these are pretty cool questions that can lead to some, deeper connections.
And I think that's so speaking of non-monogamy, back at the start of this, when you asked about our first date and you were like, that don't count because you was married, I was kind of like, but in a non-monogamous world, that does count. But I get you hadn't agreed to be my non-monogamous date, although I thought we were on a date that day. Like that day, my spouse had called me, asked me to come home. I had chosen to stay out with you. So it was a pretty conscientious choice on my part to spend that time with you.
I mean, it was a lovely evening. Like,
but maybe it don't count as a date. Okay.
I mean, I guess depends on what our definition of date is. I think I was thinking after we were together or like in the process of us getting together, but I guess all of that was in the process of us getting together.
Well,
and
but maybe
it's complicated.
Maybe it wasn't handled in the thinking about like the ethical slut, maybe it wasn't handled in the best ways, but okay. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Cy and Danny Show. We may do this again. We'll see how it goes. And we are sending you love and light from our couch to your hearts
on legs.
Aw, have fun, y'all. Have a good week.
Bye.